Hi all, today I'm going to explain about job scheduler in Pega. The job scheduler, the name itself says that it is used to schedule the jobs. All Pega applications use some kind of the background jobs that is used to execute the business logic at specified period of the time. What are the different kinds of the background jobs that will be used for executing the Pega business logic at specified period of the time? Such jobs are called as recurring jobs or periodic jobs. What's the difference between the recurring job and periodic job? Periodic job is this job will be running for every 3 hours or 4 hours or 5 hours of the time to execute the business logic. What is meant by a recurring job? This job will be running every day at 9 a.m., 8 a.m., 12 a.m. like that. Every day this job will be running. We can also schedule this kind of jobs to run every weekday or weekend also. And some jobs will be running monthly also. Some jobs will be running yearly also. These jobs will be running recurringly during specific period of the time. It might be daily job, it might be a monthly job, it might be a yearly job. This all set up the category called as periodic recurring jobs. What is meant by periodic job is the job will be running for every 3 hours or 4 hours period of the time. For example, if the job is executed for every 4 hours of the time, to execute we are trying to execute the business logic for every 4 hours of the time in a 24 hours of time, we are having totally 6 times the job will be running to execute the business logic. Because for every 4 hours means it will be totally 6 times the job will be running to execute the business logic. And coming to this, what is the example is, I'm planning to send a notification email to the CEO of the company about the list of the cases created in a day, every day at 9 p.m. So what category this particular job will come under? Does the job come under a periodic job category or does this job come under daily job category? This job come under daily job category. The daily job is nothing but it's a recurring job. So recurring job, how I can say this? This is going to send the list of the cases which got created in a day, every day at 9 p.m. to CEO of the company. That is daily. This is a daily job. This is a recurring job. If we can also schedule it to run only on weekday, we can also schedule it to run only on the weekend. So such kind of options are there for this, for configuring in the job scheduler. I'll explain more briefly when I'm trying to explain about the scheduling logic configuration in some time. And coming to this, there are some kind of Pega out of box job schedulers also, which helps us to clean the Pega nodes every day. This job will be running daily at 12 a.m. It will clean up the Pega nodes. Any cache is there, it will clean up that cache so that the performance will be more. So I'll show in the Designer Studio the list of the cases which get created in a day that can be passed to the, that can be sent an email notification to CEO of the company every day at 9 p.m. How I can use the customized job scheduler for this. How I can use the Pega Autobox job scheduler for sending the, for cleaning up the Pega nodes. This is a customized Pega job scheduler, which is used for sending the list of the cases created in a day, every day at 9 p.m. to CEO of the company. So the execution logic is available in this particular activity. This is a business logic which is available in this particular activity. I'll explain more briefly in some time about this business logic and how we can configure this and what time we can configure it. Currently, I'll have an option to configure every day at 12 a.m. or I can also change the timings also. I can keep it as Indian Standard Time. Indian Standard Time is, this is Indian Standard Time. I'm able to see different kinds of the options like Indian, Archagos, Cocos. Different. This is a different kind of countries timing settings we can select from this drop down option. Generally, we will be having this IST option. IST. I want to see this IST option. Yeah, this is IST, Indian Standard Time. It will be running every day at the morning 12 a.m. This will be sending the list of the cases which got created in a day at morning 12 a.m. See, but actually, I should not send the list of the cases every day at 12 a.m. in the morning, because in my particular activity, I have business logic to send only for that particular day. If you're learning the particular job scheduler at morning 12 a.m., At that time, no cases got created. So 0 cases will be sent to the CEO of the company. I'll explain more detailedly about it in some time. And coming to this, job scheduler. Job scheduler is a common mechanism that we use in our day-to-day daily life, like setting an alarm in a mobile, setting a timer in a microwave oven, setting a timer in fans or ACs. Nowadays, we are getting timers in fans or ACs also. After 3 hours or 4 hours, the fan needs to be switched off or AC needs to be switched off. So such kind of timers are available in the fans and ACs also nowadays. So every system, every mechanism, every machine is having its own mechanism of scheduling scheduling a task, executing the business logic, executing a logic, which has been, for example, if you take a mobile will have its own job scheduler to execute an alarm. For example, I have kept an alarm to wake me up at around 6 a.m. What the job scheduler in the mobile will do is it will wake up at 6 a.m. before me and it will execute the task of running the alarm and ringing the sound, and I'll be able to wake up with the help of the sound executed by the job scheduler of the mobile, and I'm able to wake up at 6 a.m. and able to do my household chores, household activities or whatever it might be. I'll be able to do it with the help of the job scheduler of the mobile. Similar way, if you want to heat any substance means if you want to heat any food, like Maggie, you want to prepare a Maggie, you will set up a timer of 2 minutes or 3 minutes, because 2 minutes Maggie noodles can be prepared. So that timer will be set up in the microwave oven. So after 2 minutes, the microwave oven automatically gets switched off. So this kind of job scheduler is available in the microwave oven. Microwave oven is having its own job scheduler. And ACs and fans also will have its own job scheduler. That is, after 3 hours or 4 hours, it runs, it automatically gets switched off. There is no manual intervention required for this. Similar way, Pega will have its own job schedulers where there will be no manual intervention required, which will execute the business logic on periodic or recursive basis. So these particular job schedulers will be running on servers to execute the business logic on periodic and recursive basis. I'll explain more detailedly about what is periodic jobs, what is recursive jobs in further steps in some time. Let's see what is this job schedulers, why this came into the picture. Is it job scheduler as a new naming convention came in the Pega? No. Earlier in Pega 7 versions, we used to have the agents for handling all background jobs. From Pega 8 onwards, job schedulers and the queue process been introduced as part of the performance improvement. So Pega strongly believes that with the help of the job schedulers and the queue process, the performance of the application will be improved a lot. So this way, actually, Pega started introducing it from the Pega version 8 onwards, this job schedulers and queue process. From now onwards, whoever trying to create job schedulers, they should use this job scheduler mechanism for this. Job scheduler for executing the business logic. We should not use the deprecated agents. Okay, coming to a real-time example, I'll explain. I'll try to bring some examples more so that it will be easily relatable and also easily understandable. So please don't think that I'm trying to bring generalized examples more, because that will be easy for us to remember and correlate with the existing technology terms of the Pega. And coming to the requirement, consider we have requirement in Pega to send the list of the cases created in a day, every day at 9 p.m. to CEO of the company. Just now I had discussed some time back only about this example, but I'll discuss more briefly how we can achieve it with the help of the Pega. First one, we'll write down an activity, we'll browse the list of the cases which got created in a day. Browsing the cases which got created in a day, we can do it with the help of the OBJ browse method. Instead of that OBJ browse method, we can use report definition. Report definition, we can use it for retrieving the list of cases which got created in a day. Once the list of the cases which got created in a day is retrieved with help of the report definition, that will be given as a source to the data page, and that data page will be used in the activity, and the results will be given to generate an Excel sheet. That Excel sheet will be generated as an attachment and send a notification to the email notification will be sent to the CEO of the company. And this notification to the CEO of the company can be done in two ways. One is a manual way, one is an automated way. But before entering into discussion of what is this manual way and what is this automated way, I would like to show what are the steps I have followed in the Designer Studio for retrieving the cases which got created in a day with help of the report definition, how I have given it as a source to the data page, how I have taken these results and given as an input to the Excel sheet to generate an Excel sheet. Once the Excel sheet is generated, how it is generated as an attachment. Once it has been generated as attachment, how it is being sent an email notification to CEO of the company. I'll explain all the settings in the Designer Studio. Let's go to the Designer Studio. So Designer Studio, this is a business logic which is available in this activity. In this activity, you're trying to browse the list of the cases which got created in a day. How I can browse the list of the cases which got created in a day is with the help of the report definition. We can also use the OBJ browse method to retrieve the list of the cases which got created in a day. But I am taking the help of the data page report definition for retrieving the list of the cases which got created in a day. So the report definition here is, which is retrieving the list of the cases in a day, that is today. I have mentioned the PX create datetime as a filter condition. Based on the PX create datetime, I am trying to retrieve the list of the cases, which gives me information about today's cases. Once the today's cases are retrieved, I give the source as a report definition. Once this has been given as a source, I will try to refer this data page in the activity. Generate case results. This is activity name or what I have given the naming convention. And this is been as used as a step page. And I try to generate the Excel sheet as Excel generation demo.xls. This will be formed as an attachment and send an email. We'll be sending this attachment and in the form of an Excel to the CEO of the company. Here, the property set, we are trying to set the location, output location. Why we are trying to set it to the output location is we can't directly create an attachment of this Excel sheet. We have to convert this Excel sheet, which is being generated with the help of this out-of-box method px generate Excel file. This will help in generating the Excel list of the results, Excel list of the results. Once the list of the results got generated, that will be saved in the Pega database with the help of this Java coding. It will be converted into the base64 encoded format. Once it is being converted into the base64 format, then only it will be attached to the it should be stored into the Pega database. Once it is being stored into the Pega database, then it will be attached and send. This is attached to this email notification, attached to this email to the person whom we are sending it email. That is Gmail. We are trying to send it as a Gmail. Okay. I'm trying to send it to Pega Pro info. One mail ID is there. To this email, I'm trying to attach the list of the cases which got created in a day today. I'll try to explain it how I can achieve sending this email notification every day at 9 p.m. I'll show in the document first, then I'll come to the practical part. First, I'll explain in the theoretical part, then I'll go and explain in the practical part. So to execute this business logic, to run this activity, I can run this activity standalone. By hiring the persons, every day, what that person will do is log in into the Designer Studio. He launch the portal. Once he launch the portal, will have a button click configured, and once a button click is being entered, it will be sending the list of the cases which got created in a day today. So that will be sent as an email notification. That sends as an email notification to the CEO of the company. That is one method. So here we are able to see some kind of risk involved here. If the person forgets to send the list of the cases every day at 9 p.m., then the CEO of the organization will not be getting the list of the cases. You see, there might be some scenarios where he wants to monitor the fraud cases which got created in a day. Fraud cases, for example, it's a bank. For example, the bank might have some fraud cases which got created. That is highly risky business where there are fraud cases got created. Some fraud transactions happen, and the CEO of the company is trying to monitor that fraud transactions. And if the fraud transactions are needed to be monitored, if the fraud transactions are needed to be monitored by the CEO of the company every day, he wants to monitor that, and he is not getting the list because of the human error, and human has not logged in the particular day because of so and so issues. It's not about, I'm saying about it is a human error. It's sometimes some people might fall sick. Users might fall sick. I mean, like admin user might fall sick. He'll not be able to send the list of the cases which got created. He'll not be able to send it every day at 9 p.m. He might have forgotten, he might got sick. So and so reasons he's not able to send the list of the cases which got created to CEO of the company. So here we lost the business with the company, and they'll try to give that business Pega application maintenance to some other team, so who can easily send that, who can send the notification. Now what happened is, now another company got this. What they thought is, what is the issue? Why that project has been moved from that company to our company? They'll find out what is a bottleneck in the process. They will think that the bottleneck in the process is they are using the manual process to send the notification email to CEO of the company. This is a major reason. That's why they are not happy with the services provided by the previous company. So they have given it to the new company. What the new company will think is, we'll make it automated one. How they can make it an automated one? They'll take the help of the job scheduler. Job scheduler will execute the business logic at specified period of the time. At whatever the time the CEO is expecting, whether it is 9 a.m., 9 p.m., 8 p.m., 7 p.m., 6 p.m., whatever the time he would like to get the list of the cases which got created in a day, he will get it. They have automated it so that human issues will not be happening again. And they'll be trying to maintain in the production with multiple servers. So even one server is down, also other server will be running. So there'll be no business continuity. Business continuity loss will not be there, and there'll be no discontinuity in the business will be there. So continuously business will be running. So the mail will be sent to the CEO of the company. So this is where the job scheduler is playing a key role to send the list of the cases to CEO of the company every day at 8 p.m. So actually, I thought I explained it more detailedly about it, because if we know more about why the job scheduler being introduced in a more detailed way, it's more easy to uh, understand the practical part, because the practical part doesn't take much time to know about what are the configurations required for that. So here, if a diagram, if you see this is a manual part, and this is a manual is being replaced by the job scheduler. And how to configure the job scheduler? You should have one kind of privilege called as PJET job scheduler administrative privilege to create the job schedulers. And if you want to view the job schedulers also, you should have the another privilege called as PJET job scheduler. I'll show the privileges here. PJET job scheduler administrative privilege. If you have this privilege only, you'll be able to create the job schedulers. PJET job scheduler observer privilege. If you have this privilege only, you'll be able to view the job schedulers in the application. And now coming to the practical part, I'll show how to execute this particular job scheduler. Currently, the job scheduler has been scheduled to run every day at 12 a.m. I told you already that if the cases is being retrieved from today, means at morning 12 a.m., no end user will be creating any case. So the 0 cases will be retrieved. And the email notification contains an attachment in the form of an Excel that will have the 0 cases will be sent to the CEO of the company. So logically, you should have the proper business requirement that every day at 9 a.m. I want to change it to this one. 9. I want to change it to PM. 9 p.m. I'm trying to 9 p.m. I can change this one also minutes to 00. So it every day at 9 p.m. night, the job scheduler will be executing the business logic so that it will provide the email notification in the form of an Excel where the list of the cases which got created in a day will be sent to the CEO of the company and will also get all the cases which got created. This is a business requirement. So now currently I didn't created any case today. I'll try to create a case in front of you team. See here, I'm trying to create a case. Now I created a case. It is taking some time because today the server is a bit slow. I need to restart the server. I was working on that server from the past in the morning. So it is taking much time. So I'll keep it just a sample data here and I'll try to create a case. I'll continue it. Now I'll continue it and I'll create this and the case will get created. So if I run this report definition, this particular R36001 will be retrieved from the report definition. So I'll run it. I'll show how many results will get retrieved with the help of this report definition. Totally only one result will get retrieved, that is R36001 because it got created in a day. So you might be coming to know that why I changed the job scheduler scheduling logic to 9 p.m. Because in the morning 12 a.m. if it is running means morning 12 a.m. no case will get created because I am creating the case now and no business user will be working in the morning 12 a.m. That is completely out of the business timings. Okay, so we can't wait a job scheduler to run till 9 p.m. because I want to show you folks the demo, how the email notification will be sent, how the list of the cases which got created. List of the cases means I created only one case for the time being. One case will be sent an email attachment to the CEO of the company, to CEO of the company's mail. That is a mail ID what I have hard coded just now. So I'll try to make it as a I'll try to change this as a recurring job multiple times a day. I'll try to change it as seconds. I'll keep it as a 30 and I'll try to enable this job scheduler and I will save it. Then we will see Pega Pro Info mail ID should have this list of the cases which got created. Let's wait for 30 seconds. Meanwhile, the case, we will wait for the email attachment to be sent to this particular mail ID. I'll explain some of the concepts, how we can create the job scheduler is you can go to the records explorer and the sysadmin. You'll have the job schedulers category. From there, you can create the job schedulers. If you want to create the job schedulers, you should have these privileges, job scheduler administrative privilege. Then only you'll be able to create the job scheduler. Okay. Let's see whether it been triggered or not. If it is not triggered, this is the Pega Pro Info. Yeah. This is still not getting created. What I will do is I'll check for any server is down or node is down or it's not been enabled from the admin studio. Sometimes what happens is I'll be disabling the job schedulers for verification purpose. If any job scheduler will enter into the error part, to analyze that, I will try to override it from the admin studio itself. I'll explain it more detailedly how to override that. But let's see the job schedulers from the admin studio. This is a job scheduler which has been, this is currently the status of this particular job scheduler is enabled. So let's check whether it is been running now or not. Next run is being scheduled to 4:37 a.m. So I think there should be a report. See, you're able to see for every 30 seconds, one report is getting generated. And that too with the case R36001. So this is one of the case. Like that, you can have 30 cases, 40 cases, there'll be no issues. You'll get the list of the cases which got created in a day. Just for the time being, I have created only one case. Now I am able to see one case attachment. What I will do is I'll try to disable it because for every 30 seconds, this job will be running. Otherwise, I'll change the timing to daily every 1 day, and I'll change the timing to mm, change the timing to 11/7. Just for timing, I have changed this. And coming to this, what is a node? Just now we had discussed that Pega background process, Pega job scheduler. Pega job scheduler is a kind of background process that is used to execute the business logic at specified period of the time. These particular job schedulers will be running on the nodes. I'll show you in the Designer Studio. It will be running on nodes. What is meant by node? In Pega, PRPC rules engine will be hosted on the server. In my personal edition also, rules engine is hosted on the Apache Tomcat server. So why this rules engine is hosted on the Apache Tomcat server is to handle the performance of the application, to handle the application. All application, if the Pega PRPC rules engine needs to run means it should be hosted on one server. The server which will be used for hosting is Apache Tomcat server. This server in my development environment, it is sufficient if you have one server only. I have one server only, that is sufficient to handle the performance. In the particular server only, all the background jobs, all the Kafka jobs, all the Bix jobs, all the search indexing jobs will be running. So here some kind of performance is getting impacted, but it is a dev server, so it's fine. This is my personal edition. So even if I'm using the one server is sufficient. But in the production environment, it is not a case. One server might not be sufficient to handle the performance and processing the information. We had to use multiple nodes to handle the performance. To handle the performance, one node might not be sufficient to handle the performance in production environment. Not only that, for example, four node is nothing but here we are trying to say is server. That a particular server on a node will be pointing to database. If there are four nodes, if there are only one node is there in the production environment, you are trying to schedule all the background jobs, all the web users are trying to log in into the one node only. If suddenly one node crashes and the users needs to wait a lot of amount of time in the production environment. Once the node is up, then only they'll be able to log in and they'll start working. So to avoid this business discontinuity, to have continuous business and have the business continuity, this is called as business continuity management. This kind of management can be done with the help of increasing the multiple servers with the different port numbers, multiple nodes. So with the multiple servers or nodes, the performance can be handled and also this discontinuity of the business can be avoided. So even one server is down, the web users will be able to log in into the other server, will be able to log in into the other server. They'll be automatically, Pega internally will take care of. Pega will have the load balancer, which will take care of handling this load. For example, though four servers are there, four servers being installed in the production environment, and two servers being allocated to the web users. If web users are trying to log in into the Pega application and one node is down, so currently one node is operative for the web, which is being allocated for the web users. What the load balancer will try to identify is one node is down. Let's allocate this remaining web users to this particular node. So this load balancer will try to manage the load and the web users will be able to log in into the application. They'll be able to create the cases. So this way the discontinuity of the business can be avoided with the help of the load balancer. Pega. Load balancer will take care of it. So here I'll explain about what is different kinds of the node classification. So increasing the multiple servers alone will not be sufficient to handle the performance. We should have proper classification. Strategically, like Pega has given classified nodes for us Just we should be able to allocate these servers to these nodes based on our requirements. We should strategically follow this, follow some kind of, there will be no kind of definite thumb rule to have to, we have to allocate this way only, what I'm trying to suggest. You may allocate whatever the way you wish to allocate. Just I'm trying to give an example. So what is meant by background processing node? Background processing, all background processing jobs will be running on the background processing node. All the BIX jobs will be running on the BIX node. All the web users will be logging on the web user node. All the search indexing jobs will be running on the search node. What is the standard ratio of the node classification? So I'll tell you with an example. Let's say in the production environment, I have 100 users. 100 users are trying to log in into 100 users are trying to log in into the application. So if I have 4 servers, how I can allocate it? So 2 servers will be allocated to the web user nodes. And if there are lot many background jobs like file listeners, job schedulers, queue processors. So to handle this background jobs, because there are more number of background jobs, we are handling 2 servers to the background jobs. If there are more Kafka jobs, Kafka jobs are there. 2 servers might be sufficient for handling the Kafka is also similar to the background jobs. It will also eat up the lot of the system resources. Kafka, as you knew, that which is helps in publishing the message to the Kafka topic. If you want to read the message from the Kafka topic, this is like a message of message. Just I'm trying to reiterate that this is a Kafka is a messaging platform which helps in exchanging the data from one system to other system. Instead of using the APIs, we'll take the help of the Kafka servers, and we'll try to exchange information from one system to others in the system. So Kafka is also similar to background processing jobs. So it will also kill a lot of system resources. So if you want to handle this, you have to allocate 2 servers to stream nodes. You can allocate 1 server to the stream search indexing node. Search indexing node, because it will allocate it, because search indexing jobs will not be a primarily important one. Even if you don't do indexing or re-indexing, re-indexing or not, it doesn't create any problem to the business. It's a manageable. So one server is been sufficient for this stream, for this search indexing node. So this way we had to strategically manage how many servers should be allocated to this web users, how many servers needs to be allocated to the background processing jobs, how many servers needs to be allocated to the stream processing jobs, how many servers needs to be allocated for the search indexing. That way, if you plan it, the performance will not get impacted. If you see in this diagram that 2 servers, server A and server B, allocated for the web user node, and server C and server D being allocated for the background processing and stream nodes, and one node server C is being allocated for the search indexing node. So there is no standard rule for the node classification. You can always decide on the numbers based on your requirements. Coming to the scheduling logic, the next section to configure is the scheduling logic. I already discussed the job scheduler is a background process that is used to execute the business logic at a specified period of the time. And I already mentioned that what is a specified period of the time. What kind of the background jobs? It might be a periodic background job. It might be a recurring background job. What is this periodic background job? The periodic background job will be running for every 3 hours or 4 hours or 5 hours. What is this recurring background job? This recurring background job will be running daily, monthly, or yearly at certain specific period of the time. Okay, we can also run the job scheduler during the system startup. Whenever a node has been started, we need to notify the system administrator that particular node has been started. Such kind of configuration also will be available in the job scheduler. So node startup, periodic schedule, multiple times a day. Periodic schedule is, I told you, right? For every 3 hours or 4 hours, you'll be able to run this particular job. Recurring schedule, daily job. We can run this particular job scheduler weekdays or weekends. So recurringly, at specified period of the time, every day, the job will be recurring. And recurring weekly, the job will be running every week once, 1 week on these days. We can also mention on what days the particular job needs to be run. And next one is monthly. We can also set it last day of a month to run this particular job. I'll show in the designer studio also, nothing to uh, think that I'm only showing this particular document only for a demo purpose. Here you can run this particular job scheduler yearly to send the new year wishes to the employees every day at 12, every day, not every year at 12 a.m. to send the new year wishes to the employees on January 1st. And you can also send the notification emails to the employees about the information about the salary credited on the last day of the month. So this kind of notifications can be automated with the help of this job scheduler instead of using the manual procedure, which is a time consuming process. Not only it's a time consuming process, also there might be chances of the human errors, and also there might be chances of the performance might get affected. To avoid all this, we'll be taking the help of the background processing jobs, that is job schedulers. Let's come to the demo part. Demo part means I'll explain how the configurations will be. I already shown that multiple times a day how I can run for every 30 seconds, 40 seconds or 30 minutes or 40 minutes. I can for 4 hours or 5 hours. Periodically, this particular configuration can be done with the help of this job scheduler. So this is a periodic job. If I want to go for a recurring job, I can go for option of daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. These 4 categories come under recurring job. This multiple times a day will only comes under periodic job. So weekly means I can only keep Saturday and Sunday only every 1 week on these days. Every 1 week on these days only I can also add multiple days also. I'll have an option Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all these days also I can run. This is a weekly job. Every week on these particular days, the job needs to be run. I can only select few specific days also. I can uncheck which days I don't require. I'll uncheck it. So which days are required, I'll check it. So Monday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday is been enabled. So that is being displayed here. And monthly job, it will be running every last day of every month. So last day of every 1 month, the particular job will be running at particular specified period of the time. The job will be running. So correct September 30th, that is the last day of the month at 2:20 p.m. IST, the job will be run. So this is a way we can configure it to execute the business logic. The business logic will be available in this activity. I'll explain more about it, this section in further steps in some time. And yearly, if I want to send the New Year wishes every January, this is at the 12, something like I can change the timing here, 12 a.m. That because employees will feel happy that, okay, my organization is sending notification emails to me. They are trying to wish me. They're following some courtesies. So organizations can provide some such kind of courtesy emails to the employees. They can send some kind of notifications for improving the relations with the employees. They can, instead of we can't manually use persons to send each and every employee. Instead of this, we'll take this job scheduler help, and which will automatically send the notification emails to the interested parties in the organization. Interested parties are to all the employees of the organization. We can take the help of this job scheduler. And coming to this class and activity, what is this class and activity? Just now I had told you, a job scheduler used to execute a task at the specified period of the time. This is a section where you will provide your business logic related activity. Here, the activity contains all the business logic. Already I explained you, this particular activity will take care of sending the notification email to the CEO of the company about the list of the cases which got created in a day. So correctly, if you want to schedule at certain period of the time, we'll take the help of the job scheduler. But the logic of sending the notification emails, preparing the list of the cases, forming an Excel sheet, attaching an Excel sheet to an email, every logic will be provided in this particular activity. Only we will take the job scheduler to schedule it to run the job scheduler at specified period of the time. Regarding the error handling in job scheduler. So in some scenarios, our job scheduler also will fails. The scenarios might be like when you're trying to get the list of the cases from the work table, some chances that will not be able to retrieve the cases which got created in a day. And second scenario is when you're trying to send email notification to the CEO of the company every day at 9 p.m. Some kind of SMTP issues might come. At that time also, you'll not be able to send the list of the cases which got created in a day. So once a job scheduler fails, what we will do is we will go and open the admin studio and check. We'll try to disable this particular job scheduler. How we can disable the job scheduler is there are two ways to disable the job scheduler. This is a toggle button will be there, but this will be locked in the real-time scenario. We can't use every time this toggle button to disable the job scheduler. Instead, you'll take the help of the admin studio. This admin studio will help the user, will help the admin will to disable this job scheduler. What I'll do is I'll click on this override. If I click on the override, the job scheduler will not be running it. Once you analyze that issue, you go to the job scheduler activity, you'll analyze this issue and you'll try to analyze all the steps. Once you know what is the issue, what you'll do is generally we can log the error message also. I didn't provided any log message method. You can log the message and check in the Pega logs and see what is error. You can find out you can use the step status fail method and you can log the messages in which step particular error has been happened. You can also log that particular step where the error might happen. So I already discussed with you that in send email notification step, you might get it. So you have to use the step status fail method and you can log it with the help of the log message method. So how the log message method will be there? You can go to the another step, log message method. Info first, there will be different kinds of logging levels. Info first, all this, you'll be able to log the message. And once a message has been logged, you will be able to, once a message be logged, you'll be able to analyze that issues and you'll be able to fix that issues. Once the issue has been fixed, how we are going to enable that job scheduler? Similar way, you'll go to the admin studio and here it's been disabled. You'll click on the revert button. Once you click on the revert button, now the current status of this particular job scheduler is enabled. So the job scheduler statistics will be maintained in the PR performance stats table. So not only there, the statistics of the particular job scheduler information will be available about the status of the particular job, how many times it's been run, how many times it's been failed. You'll be able to see the execution statistics. 27 times it has been run. The percentage success rate is 100. So what I will do is I'll go to this particular job scheduler status area. What I'll do is I'll one second. Actually, I want to show the list of the execution. I mean, like how many times it got executed, how many times it got failed. All this information also will be available. I want to show that information. So here somewhere that option will be there. So that job scheduler option will be there. So here, if you see this, there will be success. This many time. This is the time at which the job scheduler has been run. Start time, end time, run duration. What is the status of the particular job scheduler? All this information will be there. If it is failed, also it will provide the information about that particular failure of the job scheduler. The job scheduler got failed. All this information you can see in the admin studio in this particular job schedulers area. So here also and job schedulers. So currently the customized job scheduler prepared by us for sending the list of the cases which got created in a day for the For the CEO of the company, we are sending the list of the cases created, right? That information will be also be even it's not about the Pega out of box job schedulers. The information will be available in the admin studio. Sometime back, we are not able to get that information. Might be some kind of cache issue. So now, once I came back into the admin studio, I'm able to see for this customized job scheduler, which has been created by us. That information also is available here. When it is been started, when it is been ended, what is the run duration time? You can see the 4 seconds this particular job scheduler is being run, and also what is a node ID, current node ID, where on which server this particular job scheduler has run, and what is the status, success status or failure status, what is the status are there. So currently all jobs has been successfully executed. There was no exceptional scenarios. So we don't have anything needs to be analyzed. So I already showed how to revert back this job schedulers, how to override that whenever we have seen a failure in the job scheduler, how to override it so that we can disable the job scheduler, we can analyze the business logic. Once these are the two options, override. Once you revert it back, you'll be able to see the execution has been resumed for the particular job scheduler. It will be as it is. Coming to this, job schedulers is how to trace and debug job schedulers. We trace and debug job schedulers by using two options. There are two options to trace the job schedulers. You can use this option from the admin studio. You can trace a job scheduler, or there is another simple way. What I can suggest is, anyway, the business logic which has been specified to execute at a specified period of the time in the job scheduler section is this activity is a standalone. It doesn't depend on any case transactions. This is standalone business logic which will be executing at a specified period of the time. All job schedulers will be executing at specified period of the time. This is a standalone business logic. Just we can run this activity standalone, and you can trace this activity so that you'll be able to see the step-by-step execution of this particular activity successfully. So this is a better and easiest way of to execute the job scheduler and check the business logic of the job scheduler. Check the business logic executed by the job scheduler. Job scheduler used to execute the job scheduler rule such as scheduled time. Job scheduler rule will execute this business logic at specified time. Instead of going into the admin studio and trace it, waiting for the next run. So if you want to trace it from the admin studio, you can trace it. You can change it to recurring job multiple times a day. You can make it to the seconds, 30 seconds and 40 seconds. So for 30 seconds, you can wait from the admin studio. You can trace it from there. Or the simple way I'm suggesting is you can directly trace this activity standalone so that you can see the business logic. You can see the business logic. And next one is, so you might get a question that from Pega 8 version onwards, as part of the optimization process, Pega has came up with the job schedulers and the queue processors for handling the background jobs. For increasing the performance, Pega has come up with this features. And are we going to replace completely these advanced agents or standard agents? Partially, yes. We're not going to replace completely. Some of the agents we are going to replace, but going further, from Pega 8 version onwards, we are going to use only job schedulers or a queue process for handling the background jobs. Will not be using the deprecated agents for this. And how to replace that particular agents with the job schedulers? I'll show this. So, for example, agents are there. These are the agents. These are the agents. What if this is an advanced agent? If I want advanced agent in the Pega 7 versions is an equivalent to the job schedulers in the Pega 8 versions. And standard agents in Pega 7 versions equivalent to the queue process. If you want to replace an advanced agent to job scheduler, what you have to click is you have to click on the checkbox enabled one, and you have to if you're trying to click on this particular enabled checkbox, you're trying to disable this job scheduler. Trying to disable the job scheduler means trying to disable this advanced agent and replacing with the job scheduler of the Pega 8 version. So you can use this business logic, what is mentioned in this particular advanced agent. You can directly refer this activity in the job scheduler. Then your business logic will be working as it is. You don't need to make any changes. You can make some kind of configuration changes, which is available in this same configurations. What is mentioned is an advanced agent. They are using the periodic, same periodic. You can also mention here. This is interval is every 60 seconds. Similar way, periodic is multiple times a day, 60 seconds. I told you, right? This is a periodic job. And what is my recurring job? Daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, we'll go for the recurring job. So these options has been replaced. What are the options earlier in the Pega 7 version in the agents is legacy, a standard and advanced agent. Standard is a queue processor, advanced is a job scheduler. So, and the pattern is periodic and recurring. What is meant by periodic? For every 30 seconds or 40 seconds, 1 hour or 2 hours, the job will be running. If it is recurring means it will be running every day, every month, every year. Startup means on node startup, the particular job will be running to send an email notification to that system administrators. There'll be some kind of out-of-box Pega job schedulers also that will be using this option. Startup will be rarely using this option. Most of the times we'll be using the option of periodic and recurring. And points to remember is job schedulers will not have any agent schedules created like an advanced agent. Whenever an advanced agent is created, we'll have an agent schedule created at the back end. That agent schedule will take care of executing the business logic at specified period of the time. The job schedulers will execute the job scheduler rules, which contains the business logic at a scheduled time. It will be executing the business logic at scheduled time. Just I will show you the agents. Whenever an advanced agent or standard agent is created, an agent schedule will be created at the back end. This is an agent schedule. So this agent schedule will take care of executing the business logic at specified period of the time. Every time, every 60 seconds, this particular activity needs to be executed. That in particular process will be taken care by these agent schedulers. Currently from the job schedulers, we are not going to have any agent schedules created in the backend. Directly, we'll have this job scheduler rule, which will take care of executing the business logic at specified period of the time. Business logic is available in this activity. And I forgot to mention one point, system runtime context and access group. Why the system runtime context came into the picture? Whenever a job scheduler rule is created, it is created in a rule set. It is created in a rule set. If the system would like to, a system needs to pick this particular job scheduler during the runtime. The application where this job scheduler, where the, for example, I'll show this system runtime context. What the system runtime context contains? Applications. The application here is ADMS. My application, this application rule set stack should contain the rule set where the job scheduler is available. Currently renewable 01010. If you see this generate case, sending out notification emails to company executive, this particular job scheduler is available in the rule set renewable 01001. This particular rule set is available in the application renewable application. This particular application is being referred in the system runtime context. These are all interdependent to each other. If the system would like to pick this particular job scheduler rule, the application needs to be added in the particular system runtime context. You can't directly add the job scheduler name here. The job scheduler rule set should be added in the application rule set stack. The application rule set stack should be specified in the system runtime context. If the job scheduler is not available in the application, then the system will not be able to pick that particular job scheduler rule. So see here, there was a indirect relation. So system is picking the rule which is available in this particular application rule set stack. If the system is not able to pick the rule from this application rule set stack, then job scheduler will not be is if the job scheduler itself is not available in the application rule set stack, then system will not be able to pick that particular job scheduler rule. So the thumb rule here is whatever the application you are trying to refer, the application rule set stack should contain the job scheduler rule. The job scheduler rule is send out notification emails to company executive. This is available in the rule set, renewable rule set. This is being referred in the application. That application is referred in the application in the system runtime context. So system during the runtime will be able to pick the job scheduler rule based on the application. With the help of this application, it is able to find out particular job scheduler rule. Otherwise, the system will not be able to find out. If it is not able to find out, how it will be able to execute the job scheduler rule. So this application is helping to pick the job scheduler rule by the system at the specified period of the time. So that directly it is able to execute, system is able to execute the job scheduler rule at the specified period of the time with the help of the system runtime context application. So please don't think that I'm stressing more about this point because the system runtime context is a very important point. You can also specify the access group also. Most of the times we mention the system runtime context. You remember this. You can also specify access group for the knowledge purpose I'm trying to mention here. This access group, what this access group also contains application. This access group also indirectly helping to find out the application, and the application is indirectly helping to find out the job scheduler. This way, job scheduler will be picked by the system. Job scheduler will be picked by the system. So most of the times we'll be using the system runtime context. If you're using this access group, that access group, whatever the application is mentioned in that particular access group, just now I shown you access group contains the application, ADMS application. This application should contain the job scheduler rule. Otherwise, that particular rule will not be picked. Currently, here the rule set, this particular rule set is available in the renewable rule set. But this particular ADMS application is not having this renewable rule set. So job scheduler rule will not be executed when you're trying to mention the specify the access group. When you mention the specify the access group. So you have to mention you have to carefully assume this mentioning the point. I mean, like you have to carefully assume carefully analyze the context, which context you have to use it. Whether you have to go for the system runtime context or whether you have to go for the access group context. If you go for the access group context, you should be able to properly find out the rule set where the particular application is available. And next one is job schedulers are easy to use and friendly and easy to use and user friendly, and will have a lot of configuration control. You can have a lot of configuration control here. You can easily able to see if you, in the first glance only, and the job scheduler will be able to identify, okay, to which node you should map it to. Generally, we'll assign it to the one node only, because if you're trying to run on all nodes, what happens is notification emails will be sent multiple times to the CEO of the company about the list of the cases created, because it will be running on all nodes. If there are two nodes are there, it will be sending 2 times. If there are 4 nodes are there, for this particular background processing classification, it will run 4 times. So to avoid this, you will be running only on any one associated node, node which is currently available. That particular node only, the job scheduler will be running the business logic at specified period of the time. So currently, and if you see this, they will have a lot of control over the configurations. You can easily mention what is a daily job, whether you want to have a weekly job, monthly job, yearly job, instead of periodic recurring. It's very difficult to identify the terminologies itself. Here it will be easy to identify the terminologies, how to mention the system runtime context. These are all very easy to mention in this particular job scheduler. We'll have a lot of control over the configurations. Okay, from Pega 8 version onwards, it is very much mandatory to add the application to the system runtime context, so that during the runtime, system will be able to pick the job scheduler rule from the application rule set stack. So rule set stack should contain the rule set of the job scheduler. So this is the last point. So that's why I stressed one more time. And thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.